All right, so if you guys seen my last video, I did go over, how to collect data and things you should be studying in my part 2. In this video, I'm going to be going over how to, trade to your objectives, and I'm going to show you some live executions on it. Before I get into that, I want to show you guys my Discord. As you can see, I put in a open a ticket. So if you guys want, you can open a ticket and ask me questions personally, and it will come straight to me down here, and I can type back to you and you can type back to me about questions, and then I will close the ticket when it's all done. Also, there are some questions that I got asked in my Patreon down here, which is in the description below, and I'm going to try to answer some of those questions on this video. And we have a Trader's Cup in here, by the way. So if you watched the last video, you should at least have some notes on, like a draw that you are comfortable with picking. So on the daily time frame, think about, you don't have to put in the comments, but think about where your draw would be and why. For me, I like buy side here. And potentially a retracement, revisit down to this inefficiency. Nothing major, and honestly that wouldn't even be on my chart, but in my head I'd be thinking, okay, if we power of 3, it could at least come maybe down into here, but the lower time frames would have to support that. So from the daily, I go straight to my 15. I don't hit the hourly or 4-hour every day. I go straight to the 15, and I'm going to get rid of this line here. So on the 15-minute time frame, the things I'm looking for are liquidity and inefficiency, either above or below the marketplace. I like it to line up with my bias, but I'm not going to make it either. So think about what you see in terms of draws and liquidity or inefficiency and why. And then I'm going to put down mine. Okay, so this is what I see for my draws. And you guys probably thinking, oh, which one? Which one? Any of them. It's like apple picking. Which apple do you want? Do you want this liquidity or do you want that one? Do you want this one or do you want that one? It's whatever one you want, and whichever one you are comfortable with. That's the whole point of trading, is you got to pick what suits you and then make a model around that. So when you're on the 15, you really want to identify like just levels that will get hit. And the only way you're going to know which levels to pick is if you watch my last video, which is part 2. That will help you. If you're not doing that, this video is probably not going to help you. But yeah, these are my levels. So dropping down to my 1 minute, like it looks close in range like this, but when you drop down to your 1 minute, these marks are actually very far. So from the 15, I will hit my 5. And as you guys know, we bring price to what time we arrive at our chart, and that's 9 o'clock, not 8:30. Regardless of a high impact news driver, but that's up to you. So we got 9:30 open here. We still have buy side above the marketplace and sell side down here. It's not one-sided. So in this very moment, when you're trying to find your bias, you should be thinking to yourself like, it's not one-sided. I don't know what side to pick yet. And I hit the 1 minute time frame around 9 to 9:15 doing my bias. So my 1 minute time frame, what I'm looking for is 1 minute liquidity, which would be just 1 minute pools that would support the 15-minute pools or inefficiency. And the 15-minute pools inefficiencies to support your daily bias, if that makes sense. So right now I'm kind of ignoring the levels above and below, and I'm just focused on what I see coming into 9:30, and that would be a sweep on buy side here, shift down low, and the only fair value gap you have, this would be a good trade. But it's only good if you have a target. So yes, we have 15-minute targets down here, but let's see if there's 1-minute targets that support that. It's just fractal liquidity, and I go over that in my revamp down below. So price nudges up, breaks down, SIBI. And at this very moment, you should be thinking to yourself, like, do I want to take that trade and risk to reward it? So first TP, second TP, if you were to go short off this logic. And price jumps straight down to sell side, and that's before 9:30. And one of the questions I got on my server is, why do you trade before 9:30 and not after? It's because of this. If my daily bias is bullish, I would want to run on sell stops, and that's sell side. So that would be like a confirmation that we're going higher. So yeah, right about now, that like this is why I short before 9:30 is because of proper context and narrative. I have many models, and they're all revamped. They're all around the revamp, and the revamp is down below. And I do teach that, but when it comes to 9:30, there's two models. You can either be a buyer or a seller, and that's up to you on what apple you want to pick. That's why I say, do you want to sell or buy? You know, both sides of the market is correct if you know what time you should be trading. And I'm just putting it out here now. It's fractal liquidity in time. If you don't know what that is, I don't know what to tell you. But sell side, it runs down beneath. And maybe you feel like your bias was off. Like, oh, I was wrong. I was offside. That doesn't necessarily mean you're wrong or offside. As you can see, 9:30 hit here. Runs up. Another entry model here. This would be a long. Price dip beneath. See if there's SMT with ES. There's SMT with ES right here. And in the live sessions, it'd be easy for you to get the rhythm on like what you should be doing and when you should be doing it, because it's just like in flow. So this will come naturally. You know, don't study this part too hard of the SMT. This will come naturally when you start getting consistent on like what times you should be at your chart. And now you have your pool here, and it's supporting your daily bias levels now, or buy side. And there goes your TP. And in fact, I did take both of these setups here for the short and the long here off this logic, and you will see that in the next clip. and I'm leaving the rest to up here. I'm gonna give it 30 minutes, bro. And what I'm essentially aiming for is just like areas where it's just too smooth, bro. Like shit like this, like all this, all these highs and shit. They're just too smooth. So those gotta go. I only aim for certain highs at certain times of the day, bro. That's what I do. It's like it's on some like it's like a system analyst, bro. Like I believe price is like an algorithm, so I study it, and that's what my mentor taught me. So that's all I know. I'm gonna roll my stops.